Keela.
Good service, focus on you. We ready to serve you, take you.
We here for you.
Mortgage?
We here for you.
Come on.
We here for you.
Take you, we here for you.
Unsecured loan and debt consolidation too. Take you, we here for you. Take you.
Good service, focus on you.
Take you, we here for you.
Call 800 Tecu 800-8328. Tecu Credit Union, creating and securing your future.
Good day and welcome. So we are talking Tecu, we are with the Tecu family, and of course we like everybody to have a financial stability as well as good health. So we are here with our Tecu family, and at our forum here we have with us, we have Mr. Stephen Tang, the Vice President of Tecu Credit Union, and of course Ms. Sandra Matthew Noel, the President of the Tecu Credit Union. Welcome.
Thank you very much, and good morning to you too, and your listeners, both locally and internationally.
So we welcome you. So we're going straight into the meat of the thing. Before we go into the health fair, tell us about Tecu Credit Union, and I know you guys are celebrating a milestone. So let's talk about the milestone that is Tecu Credit Union.
Well, thank you, Damien. We just celebrated our 78th anniversary on the 9th of September. And of course, we have grown as an organization over those years. We have now 55,000 strong members, and plus growing. And of course, our assets are over 2.5 billion TT dollars. A feat, as I can say, it's not easily attained. And it was with the hard work and dedication of all our staff, our directors, our officers, and who pursue to engage the membership, to enhance their way of life, the raising or their income, making them have a good financial backing so that they can grow as citizens of the country and contribute. So.
Mr. Tang, tell me of your involvement in an organization like this, and of course, allowing people that opportunity to be financially stable.
Okay, thank you. Good morning to all. I've joined I joined Tecu at the age of 14 in 1964, and that's I think 61 years now. And I've seen it go from strength to strength. And we started off I think in 1946. 78 years ago. Father Mengo at St. Peter's Church, Ponepe, started it with he had a vision, and he shared it with the group, and I think they started with approximately $33.25, and our first one was I think it's a pram. And people saw it fit to get in the organization and firstly understand credit unionism, what credit union is about. And I think great to say that the older heads, not even all the young ones, the older heads have been believing in us for a long time. The next egg was Tecu, and they seem to understand more about credit unionism and ownership and membership. It's not just a member, but you're a member owner, not a customer. So we have gone from strength to strength, and I see us going from further than that. I see the next 78 years in front of us, depending on how we and the membership treat and see their organization, because it's important to understand first, if you own the organization, it's a different feeling than if you just feel you're a member or a customer. A member owner is a great asset, because not going against anybody, but the banks only, a customer. Here you're not really a customer, you're a member owner. And if you realize that, it will go from strength to strength.
You said that you joined the credit union at the age of 14. I want to get from each of you, what was the saying that moment that you say, okay, I need to be part of an organization like this? What was it for you at 14? Because now you ask a 14-year-old if they have a bank account, they may tell you no. Are you belonging to a credit union? They may tell you no. What was it for you both to be part of this organization?
Well, I joined Tecu about 14 years straight from school. as an apprentice, but I was the youngest. So they put me as an office boy, and at that time we had what they call agents in Texaco, Tecu agents. And I was asked by one Mr. Cecil Lewis, deceased, a great servant of ours. He died over, I think, made 101 or so, 103. I think he is the person that spoke to me and told me about joining. He was an agent. They are departmental agents, but he wasn't from my department, POM department. I had an agent, but he got on to me before and asked me, not asked me, told me, because he had a way of telling you have to join the credit union, which is greater. And I felt as if how he explained to me was like, why don't you be part of an organization, part of a credit union, something with money, your own ownership thing. And I started to realize that, wait now, I started to compare with membership, ownership, customer. And I realized that, hey, I get a chance to own something, and you're working Texaco in the oil, so you feel as if Texaco and the credit union. And so I started, and from then till now, I was an agent at one time, not too long after I joined. I joined on the 26th of March, 1964, and I haven't turned back from then. I've always treated it as a membership ownership thing. And I felt that having finance at a poor stage when you were struggling in life, to really get to know finance early is very, very important. I think right now, not straying, but most of the membership now, the younger ones, got to be taught or got to be willing to learn or to believe in themselves and honestly understand. This is the only thing this class of people own in the country. That's the credit union movement, whether it's Tecu or where. But by the way, I only need one credit union.
Okay.
And one bank only for my pension. Glad to say I'm only in one credit union, Tecu. There was a time when you couldn't be in more than one credit union. So I used to be just thinking about Tecu, and it was TECU, Texaco Employees Credit Union. I think now it's gone on to Tecu. The name has remained Tecu, TECU. But it means Tecu. It doesn't mean Texaco Employees.
Okay.
But we came a long way from Texaco Employees to now. And I think one of the advantages is that from a very early age, due to certain struggles and positions in life, I was able to help maintain my 8 sisters and a brother with my mother through Tecu. And I'm grateful for that. That's why I'm sort of stuck with Tecu, which is, I'm happy that I'm stuck with Tecu because of the fact that I can pass on my knowledge, not only to who is willing to learn, but everybody that you don't have to belong to Tecu to know about Tecu. And by knowing about Tecu, you'll eventually become part of the family.
All right.
Well, my experience was traditional, so to say, because my father, my grandfather, they were all members of Tecu. Now, I didn't join at the age of 14 like Mr. Tang, but I did join as soon as I started to work at the same Texaco, which would have been when I was around 21. I joined the credit union. And then I had my supervisor, who was an officer at Tecu, Mr. Robert Andrews. I'll never forget him. He looked at me and he said, Sandra, I think you can make a contribution to Tecu. I want you to consider being, part of it, not just a member, but as an officer. And he recommended that I join the education committee. So I've come through the ranks. I did education committee, I did supervisory committee, and then I went on to the board. I've been on the board for over 23 years now. And this is what, a credit union can do for you. It's that holistic feeling of belonging to something where you are in touch with the persons who we call members. The membership can give you that guidance as to what will drive your organization forward. When we first started our travel agency and our insurance agency, it was to meet the needs of our members then. A lot of them couldn't travel abroad to go for a vacation. And we started our beach houses at Miaro to do that, give them that home away from home experience. Even the insurance, we do that. Having a group plan, a group policy, made the insurance premiums affordable for our members, and so on and so forth. And the same story is now for our health plan. We have come up with that because we see the need for our members to get an affordable plan with the maximum benefits. And there's strength in numbers, so that we have partnered with Guardian General at the moment to give us that quality insurance, something that, it would transcend from generation to generation.
Tell me, joining at 14, joining at 21, did you all see anywhere that you'll be now president and vice president of this organization?
Well, honestly, that was never thought of. That wasn't in sight. I'll be honest. At 14 years, when you joined the organization, you were working for, I think it was, I was working for $8 a week at Tecu as an office boy. And I used to put $3 in the credit union and carry home $5, which I wouldn't look for any from. And as it grew to 8 to 11 to 17 and upwards, that habit stayed. And that's what we're missing now, eh? The part they call thrift, the part saving. Borrowing is one thing, but saving is important. It encourages you to borrow for purposes that is attainable or necessary. It also teaches you to save. And once you learn to save, you teach people to save. And that's what people want to know, how to qualify by having. You must have something to qualify. I joined at 14, but I started on the education committee at 1990 for 3 years, and then credit committee from 95 to 2018, and then the board from 2019 to presently. And I think you asked a question if I ever saw that. There were times when I was about somewhere around 19, 20. I was asked to go in these places like board and so on, and always refused because of a sort of I was doubtful about going that far to the board. And then I realized that due to the contributions I made in the company as a substitute and president and so on, I realized I had a very good input, and people used to listen to me and influence them in the correct. I could move both ways, influence right or wrong, but I don't go wrong. So I tried to, that pushed me into having to be responsible, and people coming at me and making me more responsible, and then realizing that, wait now, I am more often than I think. And I still think that I came too late. I think I came about 15 years late. But I intend to make up for the 15 years, whatever years I got. I'm now 75, but very able. I like the service. I like to serve. I'm not tired. I feel happy doing it. And I want to compliment these CEO, managers, staff, and employees for carrying us where we have reached, and hoping that we can go forward with their input.
Great.
And I must say again, with Tecu, the OWTU, and Tecu, close to my heart, because one gave me my job, one gave me my conditions, and the other one gave me my stability in life as far as financial stability
Yes.
in my family.
Yes.
I'm now building my grandchildren in Tecu.
Generations.
But for me, I was surprised when Mr. Andrews first asked me to pick up office, but I've always been an ambitious person. Where would you be without some sort of ambition, trying to aspire to greater things? And coming on to those committees built the knowledge of the organization and the institution, what it stood for. And I was lucky to serve with directors who had that kind of ethics and foresight. Very forward-thinking men. At the time, however, the board was definitely male-dominated. I remember there was one female officer, director. She served as the ONSEC for many years, Shariba Ali Rajak. And I also worked with her, and she was a mentor for me. And, I've always looked to her both at the professional level and in the credit union to say, I would like to be like her. So, when I was, I held the office of ONSEC for many years, probably about 15 years or something since I was on the board. And, when the time came for the presidency, and I was approached, and I, gave it some thought and said, well, I am honored, I am humbled, and I could only do my best. And that is all I've been trying to do. And I, luckily for me, became the first female president of the board.
77 years.
That I am really, really proud of. And to know that our members have placed that confidence in me, because, I interact with them a lot. I'm from the area, Marabella. So, I live and breathe Tecu. It has been a great learning experience. It has been my job, my duty now, to carry those dreams, those ambitions that our former directors had in taking the organization to where we want it to be as great as it can be, always being member driven and service driven.
I'm so hearing that foundation, that proper foundation through the years that laid that niceness for Tecu and where Tecu are right now. And I'm hearing the passion from both of you, which is a nice feeling. For anyone who is looking on and wanting to be part of an organization, I think Tecu is the place to
Thank
But
you.
it's not only being a part, but it's owning something really, really great, because there's about 600,000 members in credit unions in Trinidad and Tobago with about $20 billion. And I don't think people realize what we really have. You see, we get so accustomed to asking for a loan and not realizing that, wait now, who am I asking? It's yourself. You're borrowing from yourself, so you've got to build yourself.
owner and being a part of. So we are having a health fair today. Let's talk what's going on today, where Tecu take that initiative to let people find out about their health. And so we have that opportunity to be part of that today. So tell us about that.
Of course. And as I mentioned before, Tecu's drive to be a one-shop, offering to our member, not only from the financial stage, but also from the development, the physical, mental, and financial development of our members. And yes, the health fair is one way that we can show that we appreciate our members. We want them to remain healthy, because without a healthy membership, they aren't able to pay their loans, invest in us, come around and be the labor force for us, all of that. So at a time like this, definitely after COVID, right, we are paying definite attention to the well-being, the health of our members. And I must add the mental health as well. Because if you've noticed within recent times, we are hearing all about the suicide, we are hearing about depression, we are hearing about persons, because they've worked at home for so many years, which was 2 years during the COVID season, they have to now come back to work, and it presents a different scenario for them, something that they have to now groove back into, and then of course the communicable diseases. We have all of these that are on the rise. So we want to let our members know that they have to pay attention to their health. We are going to be here to support, and this is one way of showing or giving them that opportunity to come out on a Saturday when they're available for the working ones, to come out and have all their tests done, meet with our staff who can give them the information they need to be able to, live a nice, balanced, healthy, and of course, health awareness life.
I think one tip I can give the membership, or anybody for that matter, is I hear the doctor saying, eat this and eat that. I agree, they should tell you what to eat. But when they tell you what to eat, it doesn't mean that you wouldn't eat what you shouldn't eat. So I always say that instead of telling people what to eat, just tell them what not to eat, and automatically they just wouldn't eat what they shouldn't eat. Because I don't eat, as I should, but as I could really, but I still try to eat as I should. I cycle approximately 110 miles a week for the past 11 years.
That's a show off, eh?
Right, I have been riding bike. I've been riding to Mayaro on my own. If I feel to go Separia, if I feel to go Piaco, which is wrong but dangerous, but still exciting, I do it. I don't go to anybody. I ride by myself. I've been hospitalized 6 times really, knocked off my bike 15 times, but broke ribs and punctured lungs, but I'm still here. Right? But I want to tell people that it only happened because I was fit. I only got an accident because I was fit to ride. But it causes, when you exercise, or you try to eat not what you only should eat, but try to not to eat what you shouldn't eat, that's the problem. Our problem is we're eating wrong things and we're eating it regularly. So we're getting sick.
And you have the opportunity today at the Tecu Health Fair to find out all about that, your eating habit, how you can diet what you need to and what you don't need to, as well as being financially stable.
And, excuse me, I've heard my president mention, people think, I want to tell the public honestly, members especially, and the public, we have a FAC committee, Financial Advisory Committee in Tecu. It's not only a person looking for a loan, but anybody on the street anywhere can contact the Financial Advisory Committee. I'm the chairman. to sit and give them advice as far as budgeting and all this, because this is a major part of our errors we're making because of finance. We may feel we haven't got enough finance, but we're just misusing what we have, so it looks less. It could be more once you sit down. We can also make an appointment. I'm here every day from 10 to 3, from 10 in the morning to 3 o'clock every day. You can contact me, 771-1838. Whether it's in a church or a school or wherever it is, or here, you can contact me, please.
Madam President, any last word?
Well, yes, I would like to really expound on my Vice President's words about the FEC. Today we find a lot of our members and young people on the whole, they are racking up debt. Debt and stress.
Is that?
Okay? Is debt.
Yes.
So that when you come to go to take a loan, whether it's at a bank or any of those other financial institutions, and even at Tecu, sometimes they don't have the time to, give of all the information that would help them to make the right decision.
Examine the decision.
Sometimes they need someone to tell them as it is, what they need to do now, what they can do later.
Okay, great.
And, we get out of that sense of burden, which will just leave you crab in a barrel, not being able to advance and, bring yourself into a better position for yourself and for your family. So at Tecu, we care. That is what that is, caring. We've had members come and, during the conversation, they've broken down in tears, right? And when they left so, free, feeling free, and to know that people care about them.
And they know where to go
We
from
don't
here.
just come to give you a loan. You understand? We want to make sure that we understand what you're doing, what are your bad habits, and we want to try to monitor you.
Guide
and
you.
yes, give you that, help. Because you're not supposed to be just doing it for your generation. Some of them have children. You want to be able to get that step up. So that is one of the things that I think we really want to stress upon at Tecu, that we are not just here as your financial partner, as we were saying all the time, but to help you on your journey through life.
And that's what family do. Family looks out for family, and you're getting family treatment right here at Tecu.
And one very important thing I left out is, if I may, you can borrow to save. Remember, you can borrow to save. To save $5,000 in a year, you can save it in a month or a week in advance. Borrow to save so that you prepare for the other loan, productive loan. Right? So it's important to borrow to be able to build your shares. The 5 B's: borrow, to build, to be able to borrow, to build or buy. Thank you.
There we go. You have everything there. So I was speaking to Mr. Stephen Tang, the Vice President of Tecu, and of course Ms. Sandra Matthews Noel, the President of Tecu. So we're going to take a look. We're going to try and find out what's going on outside of the health fair, check out all the booths, and give you all the information that is needed. We are here with the Tecu family.
Yes.
Good
Thank
service,
you
focus
very
on
much.
you. We ready to serve you. Take you.
We here for you.
Mortgage?
We here for you.
Come on.
We here for you.
Take you. We here for you.
Unsecured loan and debt consolidation too. Take you. We here for you. Take you. Take you.
Good service, focus on you.
Take you. We here for you.
Call 800-TECU, 800-8328. Tecu Credit Union, creating and securing your future.